We spend so much of our lives planning. We map out our careers, our relationships, and our futures down to the smallest detail. And when those plans succeed, we smile, believing we're in control. But what happens when the plan shatters? What happens when you lose the job, the relationship ends, or a sudden crisis burns everything you worked for to the ground? It is in those dark moments that doubt creeps in. We feel punished. We look at the sky and ask, why me? Why now? Throughout my many years in this monastery, I have learned that the human mind views life through a tiny keyhole, while the universe operates on a canvas without borders. When you feel like your life is falling apart, it may actually be falling into place. Let me tell you the story of a man who lost everything, only to find his life was being saved. Many years ago, a merchant ship caught fire at sea. The vessel sank into the deep ocean, leaving only one survivor, a man who was washed ashore on a tiny uninhabited island. When he woke up, he wept bitterly. He prayed desperately for God to send a passing ship to rescue him. But day after day, the horizon remained completely empty. Realizing he was entirely on his own, the man accepted his harsh reality. He gathered palm leaves, heavy driftwood, and thick vines from the island's small jungle. With blistered hands and agonizing effort, he spent weeks building a small, sturdy mud hut. It was his only protection against the biting cold winds, the torrential rains, and the wild animals of the night. He stored his few pieces of salvaged food inside, finally feeling a small sense of safety. One evening, after spending hours trekking into the jungle to collect wild berries, the man walked back toward the beach. But as he stepped out of the tree line, his heart stopped. A stray lightning strike had hit his shelter. Before his very eyes, his precious hut was fully engulfed in a monstrous inferno. The dry wood popped, and thick, black smoke billowed high into the dark night sky. He rushed forward, screaming, trying to throw sand on the flames, but it was useless. The fire consumed everything. His shelter, his food, his blankets, all reduced to black ash in a matter of minutes. The man fell to his knees, utterly broken. He cried out in deep anger and despair.
"How could you do this to me? I prayed to you every day. This hut was all I had left, and now you have let it burn to the ground. Why have you abandoned me?"
He slept that night on the cold, damp sand, shivering, hopeless, and wishing for death. The next morning, the warm rays of the sunrise woke the man. He opened his swollen eyes, and as he looked out across the water, he gasped. A large ship was anchored near the shore. A small rescue boat was already rowing toward the beach, the sailors waving at him. The man stood up stunned, completely unable to believe his eyes. As the rescue boat touched the sand, the captain stepped out. The survivor ran to him, weeping with joy, and asked,
"How did you find me? I have been stuck here for weeks and no one ever passed by."
The captain smiled gently and replied,
"We were sailing on a route miles away from here. But last night, we saw your massive smoke signal rising into the clouds. We knew someone was in deep trouble, so we changed our course to find you."
As the man stepped onto the ship, he looked back at the black ruins of his hut. He realized a truth that shook his entire soul. The fire he thought was his ultimate destruction was actually his salvation. If his hut had not burned, he would have remained warm and safe for the night, but he would have been trapped on that island for the rest of his life. The very event that caused him to curse his destiny was the exact event that rescued him. You see, our human eyes can only see the immediate disaster. We see the burning hut, the broken heart, or the closed door. But the universe sees the smoke signal. It knows exactly what it needs to tear down in your life in order to build a bridge to your true destination. My friends, the next time your plans fail or something you love is taken away, do not lose your peace. Do not assume the universe has forgotten you. Sometimes a temporary loss is just a profound shield against a permanent mistake. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the doors that close and trust the fires that burn away the things you were never meant to keep. Take a deep breath, quiet your mind, and know that you are always being guided home. Thank you for walking this path of reflection with me today on Journevia. If this story brought peace to your heart, please support our circle by liking the video and subscribing. Until next time, stay present, let go of worry, and walk in absolute peace.